about the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant, congregation of Israel. We authenticator, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yehuda, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yeshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. When we say the commandments, look mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. What the Spirit saying to the churches. Keep His commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. One part of forever that they don't understand. As it is written, His saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup with us, and us with Him as we read out of this great legacy, the greatest love story ever told, more valuable than silver and gold. Many are called, but few are chose. Yahweh willing, we make it home. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Israel. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. We read it, not the Torah. We read it from the prophets, the wisdom books, and the Psalms. Can't forget about the gospel and the epistles and all the letters in the New Testament. This the new covenant, congregation of Israel. We authenticator, seeking out the lost sheep of the house of Yehuda, singing praises to Yahweh and his son Yeshua. Now all the men of Israel rise on up. When we say the commandments, look mama, no fringes. His mercy endures forever. Blessed to see another Sabbath, the Sabbath day of the week, where all his saints gather. Shabbat shalom, my brother. Shabbat shalom, my sister. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Shabbat shalom, Judah. Shabbat shalom, Yisrael. This means peace on Yahweh's Sabbath. Lead the world out there. Sisters, cover your hair. Brothers, gird your loin. Deacon, blow the ram's horn. Now sit back and listen. What the Spirit saying to the churches. Keep His commandments, law, statutes, and judgments. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Whoever said the law was done away with Israel, they lied. One part of forever that they don't understand. As it is written, His saints will take the land. Now invite the angel that stand at the door to come in and sup. Beyond the surface, strong delusions. Got ears that can't hear, mouths that won't speak, eyes that can't see that this curse is so deep. Deaf, dumb, and blind, convicted, sin, slash, crime, repent. Oh, Israel, we're running out of precious time in the land where they saying God's will is dead. And you wondering why the innocent blood is shed. That's cause Satan's in the earth, he walking to and fro, doing what he's told, beating his status quo. Tempting man with pleasure and wickedness, denying the master, saying don't keep his commandments. Our wisdom and our knowledge in the sight of nations, but you love earthly riches than salvation. That means get Satan from tribulation and wrath. The broad way leads to death, and narrow is the path. Preach the gospel, spread the good news. The son of Elohim, Yahshua, king of the Jews. Not king of the Christians, nothing they do Christ like. They criminals of Yahweh, outlaws in his sight. Same-sex marriage is okay with the president. That old serpent, the devil, is controlling the government. No prayer in the school system, no truth in the black churches. That's food in our neighborhoods, children killing with no mercy. Look beyond the surface and show yourself approved. Do your own research, seek the spirit of truth. Beyond the surface. Beyond the surface. Beyond the surface.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to the Beyond the Surface program. My name is Yosef ben Israel, and I am the elder priest of the Cultural Center of the New Covenant Congregation of Israel. We are located at 3901A Covington Highway, Indicator, Georgia, 30032. Our phone number is 404-286-5869. Our website is www.thencci.org. Again, welcome to the Beyond the Surface program. Today's topic is what happens after America is destroyed. What happens after America is destroyed? Now, if you watched this program before, you know you must have your Bibles out to follow along with what we're talking about today. Black people in America are the only people in America that cannot see that these are America's last days. White Americans can see it, and every other ethnic group in America can see it. But since television never talks about it, Black Americans do not see anything wrong. As long as they continue to get government assistance for housing and for food, America will never go away in their eyes. But the prophecy written in the Bible about America must come to pass. She has served her purpose in enslaving and afflicting the seed of Abraham for 400 years. And now that the 400 years is up, America must face the judgment. The American dollar is becoming worthless. America's children are being dumbed down. Men turning into women and women into men. Politicians are corrupt and they do not care. And yet Black Americans see nothing wrong. First of all, where in the Bible is America mentioned, and who and why is she being destroyed? Well, yeah, she's in the Bible, but if you're a Christian, you'll never see it. I've seen Christians all over the place, and they never see America in the Bible. So we're going to start this off in Genesis 15, verse 1 to verse 14. I want you to listen very carefully to what's being said here, because what I'm reading here has come to pass in America. You're going to see. This is Genesis 15, verse 1 to verse 14. After these things, the word of Yahweh came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Adonai Elohim, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless? And the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus. And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. And behold, the word of Yahweh came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. And he brought him forth abroad and said, Look now toward heaven, and tell the stars if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. And he believed in Yahweh, and he counted it to him for righteousness. And he said unto him, I am Yahweh that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said, Adonai Elohim, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? And he said unto him, Take me a heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. And he took unto him all these, and divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. But the birds divided he not. And when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, Abram drove them away. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Now, look at your history. Look at the history of America. And look at the condition of black people here in America. How did black people get here? On slave ships. And how long have we been here? Since 1619. That's over 400 years. And we have been afflicted. And that word afflicted, we've served these white people. And that word serve means enslave. And we have been afflicted here all this time. We're still being afflicted. But look at what it says here. And it says, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Why? Because of what they did to Abram's seed. We're still talking about Abram's seed. He said, your seed will be in a land that's not theirs. Now, I just promised you another land, but they're going to be in a land that's not theirs. They're going to be enslaved, and they're going to be afflicted for 400 years. We're the only ones that fit that description. And America, it says, and that nation, also that nation whom they shall serve, will I judge. So America is about to be judged. Let's continue. Let's go to Isaiah 13, verse 1 to verse 6, and then 17 to verse 20. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1 to verse 6, and then 17 to verse 20. Let's see if we can find America here. The burden of America, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Now it says the burden of Babylon, doesn't it? But what does Babylon mean? It means confusion. Now America's name wasn't known back in these days. So the proper name for America would have been Babylon, because Babylon stands for confusion. And you look at America, she has always been a confused people. Look at you can worship any god here. You have different languages here. You got a system of government that does not have a king, but elects presidents every 4 years. Well, all of that is confusion. So Babylon is the right way to describe America. She's confused. The burden of America, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones, for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous people, a noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustered the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Now when it says day of Yahweh, or the day of the Lord, that is judgment. Yahweh's getting ready to judge America. Well, Yahweh's judging America even as we speak. Let's pick this up at verse 17. Now, again, we established that America is Babylon. Now, let's see who's going to destroy America. This is Isaiah 13, verse 17 to verse 20. Behold, I will stir up the Russians against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. It says Medes here, though, doesn't it? Well, the Medes are the progenitors of the Russian people. And you look at where Russia is now. She is poised to attack America. Russia's not the only one that's poised to attack America. But let's continue reading. Let me read this again. Verse, behold, I will stir up the Medes, the Russians against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. It's not about looting America. It's about destroying America. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, just like white people did not spare black children when they were slaves. Well, the Russians are not going to spare your children. And America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Aryans' excellency shall be as when Elohim overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, you see the word Chaldees? Well, they inhabited Babylon too, so we use that word Aryans to describe the people of America. And it says, shall be as when Elohim overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, look at America now. Is this not Sodom and Gomorrah now? It shall never be inhabited. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. So everybody's got to get up out of here. Now, that's who's going to destroy America. Remember, the question is, where is America in the Bible? And who and why is she being destroyed? Well, let's go look at why she's being destroyed. Let's go to Isaiah 47, verse 1 to verse 6, and then 11 to verse 15. Isaiah 47, verse 1 to verse 6, and verse 11 to verse 15. Let's see why she's going to be destroyed. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Europe. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Aryans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent, and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Aryans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. You did not show any mercy to Yahweh's people. The holy people, the chosen people, you white Christians did not show any mercy towards them. You furthered the affliction. You passed laws against the children of God. How you feel about that? You lock the children of God in prison houses. You experiment with the children of God, with your medicines. You lynch the children of God. You murder the children of God. You wonder why America is being destroyed? There it is. Because also what you did to Yahweh's people. Not about America turning into Sodom and Gomorrah, not about unceasing wars all over the world, not because of her murders, not because of her sexual deviancy. It's about what she did to us. That's why she's being destroyed. Let's pick this up at verse 11 to verse 15. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. America, you're not going to know where this is coming from. You know why? Because everybody on earth hates you now. Nobody likes you anymore. Nobody respects you anymore. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, and none shall save thee. We're talking about people leaving America. All right? So this is why America is being destroyed, because of what she's done to God's chosen people. Let's go to Jeremiah 51, verse 25 to verse 28. Jeremiah 51, verse 25 to verse 28. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt offering, a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundations, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith Yahweh. Set you up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, Mini, and Ashkenaz, appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Russians, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. So we're looking at, look at who, this is all over there in the Middle East. It has Ararat. These are all Gentiles. This is southern Russia, and Mini and Ashkenaz. This is all in Russia, and Armenia. And again, the kings of the Russians. Look at the situation now. Look at the situation now. Russia is trying her best not to start a war, but you got warmongers over here in America that want that war. You know why? Because wars pays money. This is a military-industrial complex. They must have a war. Haven't you noticed that America's always been at war with somebody? She's never known a day of peace. Why? Because it pays. It pays to make war with people. Because people will need military equipment, right? Well, America's at their disposal. So if you want to buy military equipment, you got your military equipment right here. You see what I'm saying? Let's continue. What will happen to American citizens after America's destroyed, right? Let's go back to Isaiah 13 and verse 12 to verse 16. Isaiah 13, verse 12 to verse 16. Let's go see what happens to Americans when America is attacked. I will make, this is again Isaiah 13, verse 12 to verse 16. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. You got to get up out of here. You can't stay here in America. Now, no doubt, if you're going to get up out of here, you're going to have fair warning that you must leave. Everybody, white, black, any ethnic group in America, you got to get up out of here. This is why. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. This is what's going to happen if you stay here. Let's continue. Let's go to Jeremiah 50, verse 1 to verse 3. Jeremiah 50, verse 1 to verse 3. The word that Yahweh spake against America and against the land of the Aryans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare you among the nations, and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say, America is taken, the Lord is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. They got to get up out of here. You cannot save America. America doesn't have what it takes to save itself. Because people don't understand that this whole world is in Yahweh's hand. And he has everything written down as to what's going to happen in the world. So America is a very special nation. She was created just to hold us. And now she fulfilled her prophecy saying that we're going to be held here for 400 years. The 400 years is up. So now you see war drums are starting to beat. You see Russia lining up. And what's north of America? Russia. So it lines up with the prophecy. You must leave America. If you don't, you're going to be destroyed. Let's go to Jeremiah 51, verse 1 and 2, and then 6 through 9, and then 12 through 14, and then 45 and 46. Y'all forgive me about that, but I'm trying to make a point here. First of all, let's look at that. That's Jeremiah 51, verse 1 and 2. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against America and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto America fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. When he says fanners, that means something strange is going to happen up here. And he says he's going to fan her, that means she's going to disperse the people out of America. All right? So that, again, this is telling you that America, you have to get up out of here. Everybody that's in America, you got to go. Let's pick it up at verse 6 to verse 9. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6 to verse 9. Flee out of the midst of America and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. America hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. America is a democratic republic, so she's influenced other nations to have a democratic type of government. When we asked before, America was established, they had kings and queens ruling over the land, so now you got democracy ruling over the land. That's part of her wine. And then you have Christianity, that's another part of her wine that she's making the whole world drunk. Let's pick this up at verse 12 to verse 14. Set up the standard upon the walls of America. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For Yahweh hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of America. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come in the measure of thy covetousness. Now, Babylon did not dwell upon many waters, but America has. She's got the Atlantic Ocean, she's got the Pacific Ocean, and she's got the Gulf of America. So this Babylon is not the same as the Babylon in the scripture. Because the Babylon in the scripture had the Tigris and Euphrates River. But this said, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. Yahweh of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. Look at what's happened. Look what the Democratic Party did. Look what Joe Biden did. He opened up the borders, the southern border of America, and 20 million people came up in here, and nobody checked them out. Most of them have disappeared, and so you got a president now trying to get those people out of here. Because this was the plan of the Democratic Party, because they're getting sick and tired of black people. So they got some more black people from the southern border. So they will always vote Democrat. So the Democrats will always stay in power because of the illegal aliens that are here in America. But Yahweh put them here. Don't think Iran ain't up in here. And don't think, they just arrested some Iranians the other day. Iran is up in here, and the Russians are up in here. You got all kinds of ethnicities up in America, up here in America. So he has filled America like with men like caterpillars. Did I? Oh, thank you. Babylon is suddenly America is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How? Again, this is Jeremiah 51. America is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed America, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So it says America is suddenly fallen. She's not going to know where it came from. But it's going to happen quickly. It's not about being at war with anybody, but she's going to be destroyed suddenly. Let's go to verse 45 and verse 46. My people, go you out of the midst of her and deliver every man his soul from the fierce anger of Yahweh. And let your heart faint, and you fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that, in another year, shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, and ruler against ruler, governor against governor. Violence in the land. Look what's going on in the land. You got paid protesters to fight against the federal government. Those people out there protesting against ICE, they're getting paid to do that. This is not nothing that's emotional or instantaneous. They are getting paid to harass and to destroy the federal government, the ICE. And then you got the Democratic Party pushing it on, and you got the media in the pocket of the Democratic Party pushing it on. The media doesn't give you anything but propaganda. That's not news. It's propaganda. It has been propaganda since Obama. That's all it's been. It's never been news. It's never been news. And it's not news now. But black people love television, so they're looking at propaganda and believe every damn lie they say on there. Because white people know black people's minds are emotionally unbalanced. And they will fall for any lie they tell. They've been knowing black people for 400 years. They know them like the back of their hand. So yes, they do it because they know black people stupid enough to believe every lie that they tell on television and believe every Democrat that tells a lie. See, black people vote for Democrats. Democrats stand for homosexuality, abortion, same-sex marriage, transgenderism. This is what black people vote for. You got no damn shame, black people. They need to take the vote from black people. You know why? Because black people vote for skin color or the Democratic Party. It doesn't matter. You can have Satan running for president of America. If he's a black man, their vote's going to come from black people 100%. That's how stupid black people are. They will vote for Satan for president. It's frustrating dealing with a mentally retarded people. But that's what black people are. They made themselves mentally retarded. There's no need in letting them vote because they don't know what they're voting for. So again, let me stop here. I invite you out to the Cultural Center of the New Covenant Congregation of Israel. Again, we're located at 3901A, Covenant Highway, Indicator, Georgia, 30032. Our phone number is 404-286-5869. The website is www.thencci.org. We have a prophecy class every first day of the week, which is Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Come on out and read along what we're reading about today. We're in the prophet Jeremiah right now, speaking about what's going to happen to America. Come on out and we can find out even more about the prophecy that are written in the Bible. And if you cannot join us in person, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. We also have a history class every third day of the week, which is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Come on out and read about your history. The Bible is your history book. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with you and your God and you. This is your God written about in the Bible. This is your God. He's not white. So, again, learn what your history is because you're not going to get it in the public school system. You're not going to get it anywhere on earth because it's in the Bible. And nobody wants that Bible in public schools. So, and we also have and if you cannot join us in person, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. We also have a sisters only class every fifth day of the week, which is Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. You can join the sisters on Zoom. And lastly, we have a Sabbath service every seventh day of the week, which is Saturday at 1 o'clock p.m. Come on out and see what it is like to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. If you cannot join us in person, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. And we do receive your text messages. And some of your questions, Yahweh and I will address them at the end of the service. Let's go to one more place about what would happen to American citizens. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6 to verse 8. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6 to verse 8. It says, Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heavens, saith Yahweh. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Europe. For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. Yeah, y'all in trouble. White America and black America. You people are in trouble with the creator of heaven and earth. That's something you can't just walk past. You can't take that for granted. Because if you're in trouble with God, what kind of defense can you have? Paramedics ain't going to help you on this one. Well, what about black people here in America? Yeah, what's going to happen to black people here in America, right? Well, black people, you got to get out of here too, but let's look at what's going to happen to you once you leave here. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 32 to verse 38. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 32 to verse 38. Let's look at what's going to happen to black people. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 32 to verse 38. And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that you say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries to serve wood and stone. In other words, you're going to be Christians. You're not going to pry black people away from Christianity or from Islam or from any other religion. Because they want to be like everybody else. As I live, verse 33, as I live, said the Adonai Elohim, surely with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, with fur poured out, will I rule over you. That's why you're here. He's going to pour his fury out on you while you're still here. You ain't seen nothing yet. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered with a mighty hand, with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. Yahweh's going to bring us up out of here. And it's not going to be peaceful. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Adonai Elohim. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and will bring you into the bond of the covenant. When he says pass under the rod, he's going to be numbering us. And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. That means he's going to reestablish the marriage covenant between Yahweh and us. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me, and I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. When he says purge, you're going to destroy a whole bunch of black people. Look at how black people act now. Do they act like they got any damn sense? Well, those people are set for destruction. Black Christians are set for destruction. Black Muslims are going to be set for destruction. Black people are going to be set for destruction. Let's see how many of y'all are going to be destroyed. Let's go to Zechariah 13, verse 8 and 9. Zechariah 13, verse 8 and 9. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. I will bring the third part through the fire, and will find them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call up on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my Elohim. So we're talking about the children of Israel that's going to be spared. That 1/3, that's going to be the children of Israel that believe in the Mashiach, Yeshua. Not Jesus, in Yeshua. So that's a whole lot of black people that are going to be destroyed. 2/3 is not going to be but a third left. That's a whole lot of people dying off. So I'm just letting you know what's going to happen to black people. When America is destroyed, they're going to be brought into the wilderness, and Yahweh is going to destroy them just like he destroyed their fathers when they came out of Egypt. He destroyed a whole generation of the children of Israel over 40 years out there in the wilderness, and only a remnant of that original people that came out of Egypt, only a remnant of them made it into the promised land. Same thing's going to happen again. You're not going to make it to the promised land. America will be destroyed, but you will be destroyed once you get into that wilderness, if you're not destroyed already. Because right now, you're destroying each other. It makes no sense to no one, but you are destroying each other. So when you get into the wilderness, Yahweh's going to destroy you. Let's continue. Let's go to Isaiah 52, verse 11 to verse 12. Isaiah 52, verse 11 to verse 12. Depart ye, go you out from thence, touch no unclean thing. Go you out of the midst of her, be you clean that bear the vessels of Yahweh. For you shall not go out with haste, nor go by flight, for Yahweh will go before you, and the Elohim of Israel shall be your rear guard. Yahweh's telling you, get out of here. And he's already got it set up for you to get up out of here. So we're not going to be rushed to get up out of here, and we're going to be protected once we leave here. But you got some black people say, no, America is my home. I'm going to stay here. Well, go ahead and stay here. Because apparently you were not part of the children of Israel, and so you're going to be destroyed. I just read to you what Isaiah said, that the Russians are going to come up here and destroy everything that's up in here. Everybody that stays up here will be thrust through. So stay here and die. That's what you decided. Don't tell you weren't warned about these things beforehand, because I'm telling you now, if you stay here in America, you're going to die. It's time to go. So you're looking around and say, wait a minute now. Everything seems fine. I go to work every day. I got food on my table. I got the television on. And so I'm not hurting for nothing. I don't see any problems going on. Well, America is going to be destroyed suddenly. And see, what you're not going to find on television is that there are people leaving America now by the droves. They're getting their passport, they're getting everything ready to go, so they're getting up out of here now. But you're not going to see it on television. And that's what got black people fooled, because television doesn't tell them that there are people leaving America now, because they can see the handwriting on the wall. America does not have much time left, so they're getting up out of here. But black people, you want to stay. Let's continue. Let's go to Isaiah 43, verse 1 to verse 7. Isaiah 43, verse 1 to verse 7. See, you make the mistake, being Christian, of not reading and understanding the prophecies. You make the mistake of believing that you don't have to keep Yahweh's law. You've been told that, you've been taught that by white Christians, by people that Yahweh does not even know. God does not know white people. He does not know Christians. I don't give a damn how much they talk about God. God don't know them. Not the God written about in the Bible. The God of their imagination may know them. But Yahweh does not know white people. He does not know Christians or Muslims. Find it, show it to me in the book where God, I asked this before, show me where God talked to the Gentiles. Show me where God talked to white people. Show me where God talked to Christians. I've asked this before, and I'm asking it again. Show me in the Bible where God talked to Christians, where God talked to white people. Show it to me. You can't show it to me because it's not in here. So when a white person talks about God, don't listen to a damn thing he says, because he don't know. I don't mean to slam you white people, but y'all take it upon yourself to be God experts on God. You are not. If anybody is an expert, it's us, because we're the ones that bear the curses that are written in the Bible. And so we read about these things happening to only one nation of people. That's us. Yahweh ordained for us to be your slaves. And you're going to say, I know God. No, you don't. You don't know this God reading about in here. So keep on saying that. Keep on saying that. Isaiah 43, verse 1 to verse 7. But now thus saith Yahweh that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee, I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. For I am Yahweh thy Elohim, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore, when I give thee men for thee and people for thy life. This God in the Bible said he loves he loves the children of Israel. I wasn't going to say he loves black people. But he loves the children of Israel. He does not say, I love white people. He's talking about Israel here. I love thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth, even everyone that is called by my name. For I have created him for my glory. I have formed him, yea, I have made him. Now he's talking about us now. See, if anybody needs love more than anything else, it's us. And come to find out, our God loves us. Now, you white folks, you got all your little blessings, but you don't have the blessing of love from God. So you want people to think that you know God? No, you do not. The Bible justifies the fact that you don't know him. You think you know him. You just make up stuff on him. Well, he ain't going to do this or he ain't going to do that. God loves everybody. Show me that in the book. Show me in the book, in the Bible, where God said, I love everybody. Show it to me. See, you can't show it to me because it's not written in here anywhere. Get mad at me. But the truth is the truth. They got mad at the Messiah who's speaking the truth. So if you get mad at me, I'm in good company. Because they couldn't stand the truth back in the time of the Messiah, and you can't stand the truth now. Because I'm telling you, God don't know you white people. God don't know white Christians, don't know black Christians either. But you swear to God that he knows you. And that you even talk to him and he talks back to you. Really? You got game. Because you can deceive a whole lot of people talking the way you talk. But you cannot deceive the chosen people. You cannot deceive the children of Israel. You cannot deceive them. You know why? Because they've read the book from cover to cover. I don't see you up in here anywhere that God talked to you. So just made it up to justify that you're better than anybody else because you got a God that looks like you, Jesus. He looks just like you. So that justifies you being superior to everybody else on earth. Jesus is a white man, white Christians are white. So yeah, you got the advantage, but not anymore. Let's continue. After America is destroyed, that is when Satan will be kicked out of heaven for good and the one world order is set up. I don't know if I can make it through this one, but let's go ahead and try. Let's go to Revelation 12, verse 7 to verse 12. Revelation 12, verse 7 to verse 12. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our Elohim, and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Elohim day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, you heavens, and you that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Let's continue. Let's go to Matthew 24, verse 15 to verse 21. Matthew 24, verse 15 to verse 21. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray you that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall ever be. So we're talking about great tribulation now. Once America is destroyed and that one world order set up, now you got somebody going to stand up in a temple and say, I'm God. Well, let's look at that. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1 to verse 12. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1 to verse 12. Now, there's going to be somebody going to say, I'm God. And guess what? He's going to be a white man. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Adonai Yahshua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that you be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of the Mashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that which shall not come, but that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember you not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity does already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Adonai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause Elohim shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. That's just about all white people here in America. So again, that's going to be a man that's going to stand up and say he's God. Christ will not return until after the Great Tribulation. Let's go back to Matthew 24, because America, you're not going to see when Christ returns here. Matthew 24, verse 27 to verse 36. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to the other. So again, understand what he's saying here. This is going to be after the Great Tribulation. Okay, so that'll be after the 3.5 years of Great Tribulation. So America will not be on the scene when Christ returns. America will be totally destroyed. So you got, whoever you are, if you're white, you got to go back to Europe. If you're Africans, you got to go back to Africa. If you're Arabian, you got to go back to Saudi Arabia or the Middle East somewhere. You got to get up out of here. So because, again, you, America, you Christian, you will not see when the Messiah returns, because America will be destroyed. You'll be back in your own land. You may see him then, but America will not see when the Messiah returns. So you people getting ready to get raptured, you've been talking about this for years. Nobody's been raptured yet. So something's wrong with that doctrine you call rapture. And for people that God never spoke to, white people came up with the rapture doctrine. How the hell you do that? Because you ain't going to find it in the Bible nowhere that you're going to be raptured off to heaven. See, what you're saying is that the resurrection does not matter. But that's what Mashiach said he was. He said, I am the resurrection. So when the Messiah returns, the dead in Christ will rise up and meet him in the air. And those that are left shall rise up and meet him in the clouds. Now, he's not talking about Christians here. The word Christian is not mentioned in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. It's not mentioned. As a matter of fact, let me read something to you that it is mentioned in 1 Thessalonians. Look at what it says about you Christians. Yeah, I think I can squeeze this in. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3 to verse 5. For this is the will of Elohim, even your sanctification, that you should abstain from fornication, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor, not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not God. That's Paul. That's your boy Paul. He said, you white people don't know God. You don't know the God of Israel. Paul said, so how can you say in this chapter that you're going to be raptured off? Well, he said, you don't know God. So how are you going to be raptured off and you don't even know who it is? You can be raptured off too. How is that possible? So I just wanted to put that in your mind as to what's going to happen after America is destroyed, because she is set for destruction. Do you think everything is going hunky-dory right now? No. Because America is going to be destroyed suddenly. You're going to be cut off guard. You're going to be surprised. But we got to get up out of here before that happens. And as I said before, there are people leaving America now. But since black people don't see it on television, don't see it on the news, they don't know that people are leaving America now. Because they can see what's going on is not going to end very well with America. I'm going to stop here, and I hope you got something out of this program. Join us again next week. Yahweh willing, He can we'll bring this again to you. Shabbat Shalom. Yahweh bless you and keep you.